Members of the local Filipino community in the valley are concerned about what's happening in their native country. The Philippine military is battling with Islamic forces who are trying to take over a major city. Some local Filipinos have ties to that area. CBS 4's Joel Flores has the story you'll see only on 4.
I come here to seek your help. Thank you.
Just days before the Philippine Army failed to arrest Filipino militant commander Isnilon Hapilon, who is backed by the Islamic State, or ISIS, President Rodrigo Duterte met with Russian President Vladimir Putin, asking for help supplying weapons for the Philippines to fight terrorism.
ISIS seems to be wanting to establish a strong presence in Southeast Asia. They tried that in Indonesia, they tried it in Malaysia, and they're now trying that here, there in the Philippines. And right in that very seat, because it's mostly Muslim population, so you know, it's very easy for them to mingle around.
The Philippine Army continues to attempt in regaining control of the city of Marawi after militants loyal to Hapilon torched churches, overran buildings, and have taken dozens of Christian hostages like Catholic priest Chito Sugano. Father Chito is a close friend to Maripol Roa, the president of the Philippine American Chamber of Commerce here in the Rio Grande Valley. Roa has not heard from Father Chito after a plea video was released on social media more than a month ago.
And some other 200 civilians, mostly Christians, teachers, workers there. And that's what made it much more difficult in the handling of that crisis, because they were there as human shields. And up until now, it's more than 4 weeks of street fighting.
Thousands of residents of Marawi have since fled the bloodshed. However, the death toll is at 500. Hundreds of thousands have been displaced, and martial law that was implemented in the Mindanao region by President Duterte is about to expire. The inability of the Philippines Army to retake the city has raised fears for many, not only in the Philippines, but right here in the valley.
I want a prayer, the root cause, to solve the root cause of this problem, because I grew up with it. I grew up with it, that we are always scared that someday these attackers may come at one night and knock on our doors.
This woman, who we will call Fatima to protect her identity, has lived in the valley for 10 years and visits her hometown just 1 hour away from Marawi once a year. Fatima fears an Islamic State-inspired uprising could happen and spread throughout Southeast Asia. Her sister was among the people on the list put out by the militants of people they wanted to kidnap.
These people doesn't want to work as we are. They just want a shortcut to become rich. It's not religion anymore. It is not, well, maybe political, because they want also to become in power.
These Filipino Valley residents remain hopeful the violence will stop and ask for the public to keep their home country in their prayers. In Hidalgo County, Joel Flores, CBS 4 News and ValleyCentral.com.
Philippine officials are calling the attack an invasion of foreign terrorists. Several checkpoints have been set up to prevent additional militants from entering the city.